Welcome to this series where we are taking a look at Starsalvage Reborn for Empyrion Galactic Survival. In the last part, we went out with a hover vessel in order to get a scanner for our SV here. And in this part, we're going to go out with the SV, see if we can do a little bit of a test flight, because I'm not 100% convinced all the thrusters are balanced. Just noticed that we've got a light up there which I want to retrieve, so it's kind of stuck out on its own. I think it's originally attached to a wing. So what I've done in preparation for that is I've transferred over the resources. Also, against the possibility that we may go up into space, I've made a spacesuit which will give us environmental protection down to 200 plus a bit of radiation protection. And because this also requires an armor locker, so I've actually installed an armor locker on the ship as well. The other thing I've also done is we found some medium armor. So I've changed the medium armor just to get the extra slot for the storage boost, the radiation protection, and the jetpack boost. So that's something I want to do. And I've just noticed that I've got some damage along here as well. I'm still spotting some of the damage, just to give you the tour. The other thing I've also done is I've put in a SV constructor to give us a little bit more flexibility, and to that end I've brought along some stuff just in case we need to make anything here. The only thing I can't seem to be able to make is weapons, ammunition. Yeah, we can make some. I've got a little bit of copper, so we can make some ammunition. We've got 2,000 rounds of Gatling gun ammunition, so we've got some stuff to do that. Now, what I am going to do is we're going to get a bit of a test flight, because I've got no idea how balanced the thrusters are on this ship. So we want to see how maneuverable it is. If necessary, we've still got a little bit of CPU. Oops, wrong one. We've got about what's it, a couple of thousand CPU in order to balance the thrusters up. So I got thrusters on. Yeah, better turn the thrusters on. And yeah, that's probably down to the fact that if I go exterior, yeah, when I actually came in, the junk apex actually fell on top of me and actually damaged me. So what we're going to do is we're going to just fly around and explore the planet a little bit more. I wouldn't mind going and visiting the Polaris trading station first, simply because I'm pretty sure they will have a repair station, and that will allow me to repair the multi-tool and anything else I might need repairing as well. So we're going to fly this way. We got left, we can strafe right, we can strafe left. We got a nice rate of climb because I've put extra thrusters on. Go backwards, it's not bad actually. We've got some maneuverability. Now, of course, the downside of this is the fact that we're going to lose visibility when it comes to food and stuff like that. But the nice thing is, better reload as well, just in case we meet some of our friends. Now, this ship isn't invulnerable. We've got an armored cockpit, but we do have quite a lot of carbon substrate blocks on this plate. Well, we've got a mixture. We've got hardened steel blocks, but interspersed is we've got carbon substrate. So that is also a potential problem. So we'll just go heading for the Polaris, and then we're a bit of thing. Maybe we will get up in space because the ship's performing a little bit better than thing. Actually, let's have a look at what we've actually got. We got a moon. Looks like we've got a moon. Yeah, maybe we will go up in space and see what we can find. But as I say, I do want to go to the Polaris first and see if we can get the multi-tool fixed. I mean, it's not completely exhausted, but I'd rather have a full multi-tool, especially if we do go up into space. The other thing also is if we run into any drones now, we don't have to run away from them. So just drop down. The small vessel 50 Starflyer. GT7. Oh, they kind of overlapped. Still got this guy here. I'm not 100% sure if I can actually shoot him down, or whether it's even worth shooting him down, to be honest. There's the Polaris trading station. Yeah, we're in range, but we got no money, or very little money. Of course, it's got to be surrounded by trees, but there's a little bit of a space here. Turn the thrusters off. Conserve fuel. Again, I'm not 100% sure what the return on the fuel is. Oh, I thought this would be an entrance. Obviously, it's not. We're gonna have to walk around, and I suppose we could pick up the plant fibers, but I don't want to overload the ship. So just get around here. Go in here. Oh, I'm not sure what we'll do with that. I've also remade my salvage core as well. There we are. I'm pretty sure I knew we could use this to get a full repair on that. That's good. Everything else looks pretty good. I did. Wait, hello. The war. Just to give you a bit of a run round here. Not allowed. For some reason that tells it. We got this guy in the center. He's the med guy. So we can get pills and chemical. He actually sells chemicals and science equipment and stuff like that. So we got that guy there. I think he's the only one on this floor. Then we got to do is go up to, oops. And I think, but none of these actually, wait, I want to talk to Bertram's. So here we got various kind of weapons, small electronics bridges, ammunition, tiny bit of food, emergency rations. You can see we've only got 1,900 credits, so I'm not really in the mood to kind of splash out and spend money on stuff like that. I mean, we could sell off some surpluses. I think this guy, he deals in kind of luxury goods. We got some coolant, but I don't think I brought it with me. Let me just have a look. Ammo repository. One main cargo. No. And to be honest, I'm not 100% certain where everything is. So, over here, I think it's this guy is must be the food one then. Yep, we can buy burgers and spices and sell him stuff like that as well. Not sure what this guy is. Oh, this guy just buys the raw data. Useful, but not really what we need at the moment. Then we got this guy tucked in the corner here. The only thing I would spend money on is a temperature boost. So this guy sells root beer and other bits and pieces. So overall, things aren't that particularly that good. Did I talk to him? He's indicated as someone to talk to, but okay, obviously not. Of course, down here we've got rooms, but if we try and steal anything, we've got bathrooms and stuff like that. but that will affect our reputation. So so we've got our stuff repaired. That's about all we can do here. So we're just going to go here, back outside. Thank you, game. Oh, we got spices. I think we can pick up stuff here. I don't think the Polaris care about. I think they get a bit upset. I wouldn't mind the ability to mine, but of course we don't really need it for this planet. But if we go to a moon or something, we might need to mine it, because mining with the with the survival tool is going to be a pain in the neck, to be honest. Got a little bit of plant protein. We got food, but we're not completely out the woods with respect to food. So, and of course we're still piling up the XP, which is one reason why you want to collect this stuff, is the fact that you can. Oops, just grab these two, and then we'll be on our way. Well, 3. Get back to the ship via the plants and the. Okay, we've now reached level 13. I'm not sure if that's unlocked anything that we can work with. Make the food, we would have to hook up the fridge, but we'll worry about that later on. Right, so let's just pitch our. I think if we go, we've got that thing that's a question mark there too. I don't think we ever looked at this because I think it looked potentially hostile. So go and take a quick sneak peek at this. Try and see what it is. And just to kind of satisfy my curiosity. And then it's really nice to be flying above the trees. And of course what we can do is use the terrain if necessary. And we can also get out very, very quickly if necessary. Okay, we got loads of minigun drones and stuff here, but we still haven't revealed what we've got here. We could engage the opposition. Oh, hello. Wait. Yeah, I've got firepower now, so I'm not frightened of you. And the... Wait. Haha, gotcha. I think this is the reason why I had to back off last time. We will go in and loot. I've got to remember, got a little bit of free loot there. We will take the war to the Xerex. Got some. Wow. Has he just knocked out one of my thrusters? Okay. But I seem to have lost some maneuverability. Let's go retreat and assess the damage. That was unfortunate if he's taken out. I've got some spare thrusters which I could put on if necessary. Let's see what damage has been done. No, we got thrusters. It's how come I've lost that mobility? We will certainly did some damage to the. Right, we got a block there, which I didn't notice. It's there, but maybe it's not as maneuverable as I thought I was. We could probably do with some lateral thrusters, I think. Right. I still want to find out what that building is. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of a sweep flyover. It's going to be risky, but I'm just curious to find out what that actually is. So what we're going to do is build up the momentum, fly straight in, level off, and then we'll fly it over the top of it just to see what it actually is. It looks a bit like some kind of base. If we get in really, really, really close. Yeah, so it's a reclaimed outpost. Okay, so we're not really going to mess about with that. So let's just get going. It's not as good as I thought it would be. Anyway, we're going to keep going. I definitely think we're going to need some extra thrusters, so we'll keep an eye out for a crashed SV or something like that, so that we can get an extra maneuverability. Should now be, we're heading in this direction. We got a couple of things in the lake which could be useful. I think I've been to that submerged tank. Yeah, we visited that one, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, here we go. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to do battle with the rocket drone. See if we can get first person this time. Got you that time, mate, sunshine. Got a broken engine. Trouble is the drone is most likely sunk down in the water. Yeah, he's underwater probably. Got a broken engine there. I think if I remember correctly, broken engine is a CV engine. Alright, we're just going to take a quick look at this guy. Put the claim core on just in case we don't really need the light. We can trash that. So we'll just check out the broken engine. I mean, if it's a CV engine, we're going to have to leave it because okay. Take this off. Remove that. Put it back on again. Yeah, this is an XL, a CV thruster. We kind of tag it, take a look. We've got a couple of big thrusters on here. This could be useful if we decide, well, when we put together a capital vessel, but I'm not quite ready for a capital vessel at the moment, so. Right, let's just get back to the surface. We'll forego the... Oops, a little bit deeper into the water than I thought I would be. Right, we're going to go west, I think. Got a refuse. Got a couple of refuse piles. We're going to go this way. We're going to go virtually slightly northwest. We can drop down on the refuse pile and see what that is. So here we are, we're just coming up on the refuse pile. Take a look at that. Get rid of that thing. We might get some fuel out of this. Some refined pentaxid. That it? The refined pentaxid could be useful with respect to things. I was going to do something and I've forgotten what I was going to do. I think what I am going to do is make a few more hundred, what we call it, ammunition. Right, we got something over there. If we can have a look, how far are we away from daylight? Because I wouldn't mind taking a look at the Xerex base as well, but I don't really like the idea of going in the dark, because we won't be able to see what we're actually going up against. Right. We just found a small... Right, we got something in front of us. We got another refuse pile off to our further north. We'll check out this one first. It's a junk hover vessel. Not really interested in that. What I wouldn't mind is a junk SV. So just go this way and see what's in this direction. We're kind of going up towards the northern border. So go and see what this is. We're actually getting a bit of daylight, so we might be able to take a quick look at whatever's here. Because of course the difference in hostility and firepower of Xerex bases varies greatly, probably between the base game and Reforged Eden. I mean, the base game you can often get in, and there is a possibility that you can take down a Xerex base. Reforged Eden, even the smallest base, is enough to make turn you into toast if you're not careful. With Starsalvage, I'm not 100% certain. Right, we've got a junk small vessel here. And it looks like a reasonable sized one. I think we might have an opportunity to pull some... I wouldn't mind a couple of lateral thrusters. So just pull up here. I mean, I've got... turn the thrusters off. Take a look at this guy. We're trying to tag him a bit. So we'll see what he's got. What we got? Got a couple of medium thrusters. Got some cargo boxes, so we'll loot the ammo. Why am I out of range? I've got wireless on here. I'm sure I've got wireless on here. Okay. I think the problem is the game's a bit confused because this is called junk small vessel. We'll call you first SV. Just name you. That should make it a little bit easier to do. Yeah, first SV. We'll take the fuel. You can keep your cement. Got a little bit of silicon. We'll take that. We can dump this fuel in. Military scrap. Of course, the fridges will be empty. Okay, so we got a tiny little smidge of that. What we got here? Bad ship, actually. All right, we've got a couple of thrusters here. Player, we're hooked to you. Certainly going to retrieve you. And you. We got space here. We could put. We got jet thrusters in here. I want the lateral thrust. Have to be a little bit careful though. Whoops. Put one that side. Right. How's the CPU? 12,000. I think we'll take some more thrusters, but I just seen another rinky dinky light here. I must admit, I thought I'd got rid of them all, but what have we got here? Anything else? We've got a value in here. We've got the repository. All these thrusters. Armor locker, small detector, flares. Don't need the flares. Bridges, fuel tanks. If you've got fuel in here, well, it's got a lot of fuel, so we will. First SV would certainly take the fuel. Oxygen 402. Oh, 490 a day. I'm actually going to take these. Oh, they're walkways. Behind there, nothing. Okay. I think we'll scrap the cockpit because that'll let me get inside. We'll retrieve the armor locker and one fridge. We'll salvage the fuel tank and the cargo bolts. That'll give me access to these thrusters. We will retrieve the thrusters. Yeah, we'll do it from the inside out. I think 4 thrusters will be enough. I'll take another fuel tank. Just I can't remember if I got an O2 station. It'd be embarrassing if we got up into space. We will salvage these. Take these as well. I've got settings for tier 4. It'd be great to find a tier 4. I will retrieve that and the wireless connector. That could be useful. Storage, steel blocks. What's behind here? Okay, we got a couple more thrusters which we will salvage. I'm running out of food as well, so we better go and have something to eat. And what we will do is put these in the... So we got a reasonable amount of there. Eat a couple of steaks. I was going to do something. Oh yeah, where's my ammo repository? Well, just replenish that. Wow, we've already got through 400 rounds already. We don't need the walkways. I don't think we've got all the thrusters yet, have we? Nope. Show on HUD. Right, it's saying that the thrusters are on that side. I'd guess that they're actually lift thrusters, so we're salvage into here. There's that. So we're going to salvage for the resources rather than the... Actually, we'll take a couple more of these. Oops. Salvage these out the way so I can retrieve you. Salvage you just for the bits and pieces. Kind of just mine our way in here. Got a repository extension here. Actually, I wouldn't mind actually retrieving those. Some of those. I'll take you. Okay. We got any more thrusters left? We've got 1 left. Where are you? Here we got a thruster in here. And we'll retrieve you as well. Now the question is, where did I put my core? There it is. Right, that gives us a... That gives us 7 thrusters plus some extra loot. There, we need to put those in the fridge as well. Okay. Right, let's just get the ship off the ground. And what we will do is add you to group. That's our add you to group left. Thrusters on. That. Oh, that's a definite improvement. Because now we can fly forward and straight should we need it. Yeah. Right, what we're going to do is sneak up and take a quick look at this guy and see what he actually is. Haha. Use the terrain just in case he's got some unpleasant. Well, that's just a crash shuttle. Okay. I was expecting you to be Xerax, but obviously not everything. Somebody firing at me. No. Okay, we're just going to check out the crash shuttle here. I think this is a POI, isn't it? It's not a... Yeah, this is a kind of reworked version of the starter POIs. Generally they don't have a lot in them, but they've got nothing in them. Oh, we got a cargo here. We've got a repair tool and some sapient plates. That's about it. Okay, so maybe there's not as many Xerax bases on in Starsalvage as I thought they were. Okay. And where there was something. Nah, that looks like a Xerax base. Alright, we've got some junk storage. Right. Two junk storages very, very close together. They are definitely high up on my hit list. So we are certainly going to go and check them out. It'd be, I mean, if necessary, if these have got some really good stuff in them, we'll just take advantage of this and go to the base. There's also looks like they may be fairly close to hostile territory, so we may need to be a bit careful. We've got 3 junk storages in this area, and they're probably going to be smack bang in the middle of this hostile territory. So we're just going to have to be a little bit circumspect. We'll go for the nearest one first. Although which one is the nearest is debatable. We'll go for the left-hand one. I think we can... Okay, who's firing at me? Of course, it's pitch black. Right, let's just get in. Shotgun, just in case. There we got a warp drive. That could be useful. Not at the moment. We've got some power coils. This is a CV warp drive. We need to tag this. CV warp. We certainly want that. Right, we just... Right, we got... It's the only downside of flying around in the dark. Looks like whoever attacked us. Haha. Didn't see me, did you? Cost me ammunition, so he's probably the guy who's shooting at me. Hello, we got the Ripper Dog. Why didn't you kill that guy? Wait. Right, where's the entrance? Goes without saying I went. Okay, steel plates. Looks like this one's going to be, I don't know, there might be something at the back here. Motors, that'd be. Got some other bits and pieces. Wow, we got a CV shield generator here as well. Composite seal initiator. So this is our hotspot for components for the CV, but I'm not going to take that one because we're just, oops. Now we got one more. I'm sure there was a third one here somewhere. Food's going down quite quickly actually. Third one's over there. This is going to be a little bit deeper into Xerox territory. This could be interesting, but it should be worth the risk if we can get in and out without. It's going to be a bit close to that one. So get ready for the attack should it happen. Haha. Because I can't see whether we're in the open. Oh, we're in the open. Nope, we're in trees. If I put down on the right hand side, the POI might hide us from anything unpleasant. Okay, what we got here? Scrap. Some nanotubes. Nothing particularly good so far. First, let's see. Put that in the fridge. I think it's probably the first time we've actually got anything a little bit more pentaxid. Got some tool weapons. Some what we call it. Brain faded a little bit there. The power cores could be useful. A little bit more pentaxid, which could be useful. Got some meds. Right, we got a little bit of personal oxygen there, which we could probably use up. And that's about it. Nothing over the back. Yeah, nothing particularly that special, but everything is useful. Right, let me just see where. No, we're going to go out this way. House of Radius. They all hate us anyway, so. So we managed to get through this area here. We got something. Refuse pile. It's west. Where is it saying? Right, we got a tag there, 500 meters away. What's this? A junk hover vessel. Not really. It's kind of north. I'm guessing it's that one there. What's all this lot here then? This looks like we're flying over something that this one we haven't visited by the look of it, or we could have visited it. Problem with junk storage is that it's not a permanent marker. Just to make sure, junk storages are just too important to not investigate if you're not too sure. Wow. This has got a nice big thruster on it. Take that. Take that. Take that. So again, we got a nice big thruster here. Don't think we can. I think we're going to leave that just for the moment, just in case we need it. Oops. Level off. No, we got something out here. We got something over the lake. We got right. We'll go and check this out and see what this is. Because it is. I'm guessing the fact that this isn't shown up, it's going to be fuel or something equally obnoxious like that. Yeah, we're not going to bother with that. It's the fuel. Whether the fuel is worth finding is pretty debatable. We will check this. I mean, there's just so much here that it's got so much potential. Okay, this is just leapt out at us. We'll check this one. That's a junk hover vessel. Okay, that is probably junk. What I am interested in is this little clump here. Now, it could be dangerous, so we're going to have to be a bit careful. What we're going to do is just see who this actually is. As I say, there's a whole clump there, which means there's bound to be some turrets. We don't really have the ammunition to just get ready to get out of dodge very, very quickly if necessary. Oh, these are the hostile Talon, aren't they? I think they're the hostile Talon, aren't they? Yeah. I don't think they're that great a threat, are they? Yeah, for some reason I can't go backwards. Actually we'll just Let's check to see if they are actually hostile. I mean, they are firing at us. They're not really showing up here. Neutral, neutral, hostile, radius. With this faction is into space. So these are like people that I'm kind of reluctant to waste ammunition on. Destroying a guard post. Yeah, I don't think we're going to waste ammunition. I don't have enough. But they may have something of use. Maybe we'll revisit them later on. Right. What I'm going to do now is we're going to fly west. Kind of head back towards the Taurus directly and see what we can find. But of course, obviously this is might be a little bit boring. So what I'm going to do is the usual routine. I'm going to fly across the planet in the dark, and I'll come back if there's anything of interest. If not, I'll see you once I get back to the Taurus again. Okay, welcome back. I was just running up against a minigun drone. I thought I'd just do a bit of firing practice, and we can just drop down and loot him, because of course he's cost us ammunition. And there's no point killing something or shooting something if you're not going to loot it. Okay, we got some more general ammunition. We will take the I think I'll rush over there and grab the sweetener as well. There is another drone hanging around here, so we've got to be a little bit careful. Get the shotgun. Yeah, we're outside of range, but that's okay. Grab the sweetener. And what's this? Gonna head back. Looks like we're actually in House of Radius territory. I didn't notice that. I think there's these the eggs as well. Not that I'm really using them, but it's all XP, and that's the way to look at it. The one downside with this ship is that you can't see the cockpit very well, so it's not going to be so useful to get into if you're in a little bit of a rush. The other nice thing is the fact that you can fly over the mountains. Okay, there's a rocket drone here. There's something here. What on earth is this? We're gonna have to kind of that's a crash sentinel rear. Yeah. That looks very much like that's a junkyard defense. Okay, we're not hanging around here. Yeah, the nice thing with an SV is that we can fly over the top of the mountains. I think we're a little bit underpowered now with respect to forward thrust. So I think what I might do, in fact, we could probably do it now since we got thrusters. Let me just get away from this area. How much spare CPU have we got? We've got a few thousand. I think we could do with a little bit more shove now. So let me just find a place to land. So actually here would be reasonable, I suppose. Yeah, we need a little bit more forward shove. So if we just come here, I think the forwards was good enough until we started to load the ship up. So what I will do first is put this in there. Cargo. I mean, I'd like to put 4, but we'll start with 2 and then we'll see how it goes. What I'm going to have to do now is, because this area here, actually I think I'd like to keep them side by side if necessary. Put one there. One there. What's the CPU? Oh, well, we're okay actually. We could. I think what we will do is, rather than putting all our eggs in one basket, we'll open up that section there. Put one there. One there. I mean, it's going to. The downside of doing this is it's going to increase our fuel consumption, but you can't have everything. And yeah, that gives us. Oh, look at that. Just double check the CPU. Yeah, we're up to 12,000 devices. Had to be. That gives us our kind of very quick get out of jail free runaway type approach. I think we're now in local territory, so we're still got this. Yeah, look at that. We've got 69 with a reasonable load up now. We've got enough thrust for 69 kilometers an hour. That's going to be pretty good actually. So we're just going to get back to the Taurus. So here we are. We're just coming on the up to the Taurus here, and I think in the next part we're going to go up into space. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. What I will do is offload the ship off camera and then prepare it for an excursion up into space, because I think now we're getting ready to look for a capital vessel, and I think we've got more chance of finding a capital vessel up in space. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.